What are the main headings to be included in the lesson plan? While lesson plan formats may vary, there are some main headings that has to be included in a lesson plan. We will explore this together in this video and in other videos that will be uploaded to the channel. Let's try to look at the basic information. When we plan for the lesson, we need to keep in mind that the plan is the reference point for us as teachers and other staff members who might come to observe our lesson. It has to include all the basic information which will give a clear understanding about the learning environment, the content, the process, and expected product. While we might look at some titles as unnecessary from our point of view, such as the grade and subject, those titles are of strong importance for the evaluators of the learning process to have clarity about the content of the lesson. Let's start with the elements. Grade. Why is it important for us to include the grade and the section? This information will clarify the age group of the student's body. Every behavior inside the classroom learning environment is evaluated based on the appropriateness with the age group. Example, if we are talking about the activities, grouping, instructional strategies, then we have to choose the most suitable strategies based on the age of the students and their grade level. Number 2, the subject. We need to define the discipline and the subject. For example, if this is a science class, we need to indicate if it's a biology, if it's a chemistry or physics. If it's a math class, is it a geometry, pre-algebra, algebra, calculus? If it's an English literature, is it focused on writing or reading? If it's social studies, is it focused on history? Is it geography? So it's very important for us to indicate the subject. In the coming slides, we will explore in details the importance of including the lesson name, title, student demographics, attendance, and duration. Besides, how can we spice this up? As we all know, each school has its own guiding statements, its own vision, mission, core values, definition for high quality learning, definition for global citizenship, and internationalism. So when we are starting to build the main blocks of the lesson plan, we have to make sure that we keep in front of our eyes the main ethos that define our school, which are the vision, mission, core values, guiding statements, etc. Why we have to keep that in mind? Each teacher is educating students, empowering them in order for them to achieve the MVC of the school. So when we are designing the lesson, we have to keep in mind the big goals defined for the school context. Let's start now with the lesson name and the title. The title is a descriptive heading for the lesson. We need to make sure that when we write the title, then we use the words in the lesson to provide meaning. The name or the title might indicate the type of warm-up for students if it is in a question format. Students often ask, what are we doing today? This is better than they're asking, are we doing anything today? So titles, as part of a process to focus students' attention, could be on the board daily with the date along with other information the teacher provides for students on a daily basis. Why do we need to include the title of the lesson in the lesson plan? There are so many different reasons for that, but we will only focus on the important purposes. Number one, to have clear communication. The title of the lesson acts as a concise and informative label for the content and focus of the lesson. It helps teachers communicate their intentions clearly to themselves, colleagues, administrators, and potentially even students. When shared with others, the title gives a quick overview of the lesson's topic and goals, allowing for better coordination and understanding among educators. Another good reason is for the organization and planning. A well-defined lesson title aids in organizing and structuring lesson plans because it helps teachers identify and categorize lessons effectively, making it easier to locate specific lessons when needed. Additionally, when planning a curriculum or unit, titles can help teachers see the progression and alignment of topics and concepts, ensuring a coherent and logical flow of instruction. Many other important and significant reasons, such as the focus and purpose, by which we encapsulate the central idea or objective of the lesson, documentation and reflection, collaboration and resources. So, in summary, including the title of the lesson in a lesson plan promotes clear communication, organization, focus, documentation, collaboration, and reflection. It serves as a concise summary of the lesson's content and objective, aiding teachers in planning, teaching, and collaboration effectively. One final note about it is keep it short and age appropriate. Keep in mind that when we write anything on the board for our students, it should make sense to them. They should be able to understand it. So making it simple and straightforward will allow students to grab the idea, to understand the direction that you are taking inside the class, and to feel comfortable that, yes, this is within our reach and it's nothing hard and difficult. Let's move now to talk about student demographics. Student demographics are the information that describe the type of learners which are attending the class, such as gender, age, and learning needs. Why do we need to include student demographics in the lesson plan? Including student demographics allow a teacher to develop a more effective and inclusive approach to instruction. So we need to include the student demographics for us to know what kind of differentiated instruction we have to design, what are the cultural relevance that we have to take into consideration, how can we make the learning accessible to all the different diverse learners inside the class. It gives an idea about the community and relationships and social and emotional learning, which is very important. Let's stop at each part and try to elaborate further about it. Differentiated instruction. Understanding the demographics of students, such as their cultural backgrounds, learning styles, and language proficiency enables teachers to tailor their instruction to meet the diverse needs of the class. By incorporating strategies and materials that resonate with students' backgrounds and interests, teachers can engage learners more effectively and enhance their understanding of the subject matter. Cultural relevance. By including the student demographics, teachers can incorporate cultural relevance examples, references, and perceptions into this lesson. This helps students see themselves and their experiences reflected in the curriculum, promoting a sense of belonging and validating their identities. Regarding the social and emotional learning, student demographics can provide insights into the social and emotional aspects of the classroom. Understanding the cultural norms, social dynamics, and potential challenges that students may face allows teachers to create a safe and supportive learning environment. They can design lessons that promote empathy, respect, and understanding among students, thus fostering social and emotional growth along academic learning. In summary, considering student demographics in lesson planning allows teachers to provide more personalized, culturally relevant, and inclusive instruction. It supports differentiated learning, equity, community building, and social emotional development. So, in a nutshell, considering the student demographics in lesson planning allows teachers to provide more personalized, culturally relevant, and inclusive instruction. Let's move now to attendance. Attendance is essential for a teacher to declare the number of learners present in the classroom against the expected number of learners as registered in the school for that specific grade level section. Including attendance in the lesson plan serves several important purposes, such as accountability, planning and organization, safety and security, and definitely parental involvement. Let's talk about accountability. Tracking attendance helps ensure that students are present and engaged in the learning process. It holds them accountable for their commitment to attend the class regularly and participate actively. By monitoring attendance, teachers can identify students who may be struggling or falling behind and provide them with additional support. Administrative requirements. Attendance records are often required by educational institutions for administrative purposes. Those records may be used for reporting purposes, tracking student progress, assessing teacher effectiveness, and complying with legal regulations or policies. Accurate attendance records can help the school management to identify and to locate the resources effectively and provide evidence of instructional time. Why do we talk about safety and security when we talk about attendance? You all know that maintaining attendance records is essential for safety and security. In case of emergencies or unexpected events, knowing who is present in the classroom can assist in accounting for all students and ensuring their well-being. It enables teachers to quickly identify any missing students and take appropriate action. What about parental involvement? Attendance records are valuable for communication with parents. They provide a basis for discussing a student's attendance and participation in class. Parents can be informed if their child is regularly absent or tardy, allowing for timely intervention and collaboration between teachers and parents to address any issues. So, while attendance tracking is an important aspect of the lesson plan, it is worth nothing that should not be the sole focus of teaching. Engaging and effective instruction, student-centered learning activities, and assessment are equally vital components for fostering a positive and productive learning environment. So we have to agree here that attendance matters because so many different stakeholders are involved in that process, such as parents, school administration, especially that the security and safety of students is involved. Duration. Duration is the amount of time required for the entire lesson, as well as for each part of the lesson, the objectives as part of the standard. Including the duration of the lesson in the lesson plan is essential for effective instructional planning and time management. So when we do the time allocation for the instructional time effectively, we will be ensuring that sufficient time is given to cover the content and to execute the activities within the available class period. It helps prevent rushing through material or running out of time, thus ensuring a balanced and well-paced lesson inside the class. What about the objectives as part of the standards? Looking into the curriculum mapping, when teachers have a clear understanding of how long each lesson will take, they can map out the progression of content and skills over a unit or course. By considering the duration of lesson, they can ensure that they allocate appropriate time for each topic or concept, ensuring a coherent and comprehensive curriculum. Furthermore, the duration of a lesson influences the design and selection of instructional strategies. Knowing how much time is available allows teachers to plan and structure their instruction accordingly. They can choose instructional methods, create engaging activities, and allocate time for discussions, group work, assessment, and transitions, all while staying within the designated time frame. Including the duration of the lesson helps teachers manage their class more effectively. They can establish clear expectations for students regarding the length of the lesson, transitions between activities, and the pace of the work. Students also, they benefit from having a structured understanding of how the lesson will progress and how they should manage their time and attention. While lesson plans provide a planned duration, they also allow for adjustments based on the needs of students and the dynamics of the classroom. So if a lesson takes longer than expected or requires additional time for student engagement, teachers can make informed decisions about how to adapt the lesson while considering the impact on subsequent lessons. In summary, including the duration of the lesson in a lesson plan supports effective instructional planning, time management, curriculum mapping, instructional design, classroom management, flexibility, collaboration, and scheduling. It ensures that teachers allocate time appropriately, maintain a well-paced lesson, and optimize student engagement and learning within the available instructional time. So the duration of the lesson in a lesson plan supports effective instructional planning, time management, curriculum mapping, instructional design, classroom management, flexibility, collaboration, and scheduling.